the channel. The Dog and Pony Show is underway. I got a special guest here with us today.
Maybe if I sit over this way far enough, nobody can see me.
All right.
Oh, cool. It makes me skinnier.
Yeah. So anyway, welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Cobalt, and I'm here with the one and only Gram.
Oh, God.
Yep.
At least I finally got a spoon.
You did. You finally got a spoon.
I thought I was going to have to shove my face in this dish.
It was a food eating contest.
Just sit here like a fool for an hour and a half waiting for a spoon so I can eat. What kind of being called a dinner is this?
Welcome to showbiz. Oh, man. So today, guys, we are eating some pot pies. This is something that Graham and I love to have together.
We've never eaten a pot pie together.
But we like to eat pot pie. Separate, but in the same place.
Starting off this first video I ever did, and you're going to start with a lie.
I didn't lie. You like pot pie. I like pot pie.
Well, that's a fact.
Yeah. Just because you eat it at a different spot than I do doesn't mean that it's bad. It's a lie.
I have to put up with this.
Yep.
All right. Would you like a napkin?
Oh, gee. Are we going to... Am I supposed to... Is this a napkin or...
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a napkin. You want... What did you want? Some damn, 5-star bullshit?
No, I keep toilet paper on my tables because I cook shitty food.
I can guarantee you that is not true.
I'll have you know I make daggone good soup. Stuff to eat. What are you doing?
It's hot sauce.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. It's good eating.
I'll have butt burn from that. Watching you eat it.
You want me to go get some tacos?
No, I don't want none of that. No. I like tacos.
I like tacos too.
But I wouldn't put...
You don't want to eat how I ate those tacos?
I don't want no hot stuff on it. How do you taste it if it's got hot
It's just
stuff?
a little. It gives it just a little kick. Yeah.
I'll kick it.
Yeah. It's nice.
It's ruined.
It is not ruined.
Because all you can taste is hot
That's
stuff.
because that's all you grabbed. You literally scraped your spoon on the top of the thing, and then they tasted it. So all you tasted was hot sauce.
Is this chicken or turkey?
This is chicken. Well, I think you got turkey.
Well, that's all right. I like turkey.
Yeah. But I got chicken. I like the small chicken ones. Oh. And I also have something special for us.
Oh, cool.
I know. Are you ready?
I love cool stuff.
You ready to have some fun?
Oh my God! Now what have I got to do? Talk me into doing this.
Welcome to the funny farm.
Throw the ice at
At Jess. Yeah, we can throw ice at Jess here.
I haven't even had a chance to have a bite.
So have a bite.
I don't like people watching me eat.
Well, nobody's looking at you.
Welcome. This is Gram and Cobalt.
We're having...
I do like this
bone apple teeth.
I do like this.
Certain drink here, John. What are you having?
An adult beverage.
Is this an adult beverage?
It is an adult beverage. We have to be PG plus here.
You can spell it out loud.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
Oh, thank you, Lord.
She's got to have some adult beverage support just to tolerate sitting and eating dinner with me.
This is not true. I love you dearly because you are my grandson. And I put your diapers on you when you were a baby.
Well, we knew this. Let's see how sloshed Graham can get on adult beverages.
On this, I can get really sloshed.
Well, don't worry. It's going to be a good night.
You think?
I do. I know it is, because you're here.
Actually, it's a good night because we're all here.
This is true. Hey, welcome in. People are talking to us.
Hi,
What
Paigey.
Paigey, so we have viewers.
Oh
So,
my
at the
lord!
bottom of
You
the
mean
screen.
somebody else is looking at me beside Jess?
Yeah.
Oh, good God!
This is on the world forever.
Let me hide my face.
Mm,
You know, when I was growing up, we didn't have none of this kind of stuff.
I know. You had just invented the wheel.
Yeah. No, I ran around with a horse.
I've never ridden a horse.
Brontosaurus. You never rode a horse?
No, I've never ridden a horse.
I'll have to teach you some stuff.
We're
boy.
gonna have to go out. Oh, and didn't you say you wanted to tell a story?
Wait, yeah.
Oh, I was going to tell you about my dad and the goose.
Oh my gosh, she reminds me of my mama. So funny.
Aw, thanks, Paigey.
You can tell?
No, I don't.
Where is it?
It is in the other room.
Anyway, my dad loved to go to auctions.
Hmm.
I don't know why, because usually the stuff he brought home was pretty much, well, that's beside the point. God bless his soul.
It belonged at an auction.
Well, you know, I possibly somewhere, but
Circular filing bin.
anyway, this one year he decides he's going to go to the auction, and of all things, and why, I cannot imagine, he would buy a goose. Okay. A young goose. One.
A singular goose.
A singular goose. Anyway. He brings this home and, of course, expects my mother to raise it.
It was a living goose.
It was a living goose.
Okay.
Very healthy. Happy goose. Brought it home for my mom to raise for Christmas dinner.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Here we go.
Well, my mother makes pets out of just about everything. Anyway, this goose, along with us kids and all the dogs and the pigs we had in the pen, because my dad had to bring home a bunch of those, for I think 4 or 5 of them from the auction as well.
Okay.
We had to raise those too. Anyway, he brings this goose home for my mother to raise. It's going to be for Christmas dinner. This is a true story. Nobody can make this up.
I'm looking forward to this, guys.
All right. Several months later, because this is about, I don't know, June maybe. So anyway, through the summer, this goose is growing. Now I don't know how many people know about geese.
Geese's.
Plural.
She answered.
No, geese. Geese can become extremely mean if they don't like you. And believe me, when somebody tells you they got bit by a goose, they got bit by a goose, and it hurts.
Ah.
Well, guess what? This goose decided it loved my mother to the point that my mother, apparently the goose thought was her bosom buddy, her companion, her partner in whatever.
Partner in crime.
And I think the goose was a male, and since my mother was female, she was his wife.
Oh dear.
My mother would go and wash clothes. She'd always have her washer outside in the summer. She'd have it set up outside so she could wash the clothes, rinse the clothes, and then hang the clothes on the clothesline. Okay, God love her. She enjoyed it. Well, this goose would follow her around like a puppy. I mean, literally followed her around like a puppy. He would go, he'd follow her over to the clothesline. He'd go up to her legs like this. And he'd just love up and down her legs like this with his beak, okay? Hated my dad with a passion.
Oh jeez.
You cannot imagine. Chased my dad through the yard every time he drove home from wherever, an auction or wherever. My dad was a reverend, I might add, and he was always busy. Anyway, this goose hated my dad. It would sit at the corner of the house and hide and wait till my dad got out. He'd sit in the car. He'd pull up in the driveway, he'd sit in the car and looking all around like this, seeing where the goose is. Because the goose would chase him and bite the hell out of him. And he would get out of the car and he had to run to get to the house because the goose would chase him right up on the porch,
Oh,
biting
jeez.
on his leg. And of course, my mother was in absolute stitches. She thought that was the most hysterical thing in the world. Us kids, we did the same thing. We'd come home from school, and this goose would chase us into the house. You'd hear kids screaming and yelling. My mother would have to rescue us from this stupid goose. Never had the goose for Christmas dinner.
Oh, jeez.
Because, well, he was a pet by then.
Well, yeah.
And Mom wouldn't let Dad do anything. And sadly, it was a very cold winter, and he froze his leg to the ground.
Oh, jeez.
The poor thing.
Hey, Jess,
I felt so bad.
can you check the stream, please?
Mm-hmm.
Paige said I'm laughing so hard.
Well, it's frozen on mine.
Yeah, you guys.
But oh yes,
You guys frozen.
now I need a tissue.
Okay. It's
My nose runs when I eat. I'm sorry, and I'm
No, you're
talking.
fine. You want to use that? Or you want extra tissue?
This is my napkin. What am I, a
Okay.
hog?
Hold on.
it's frozen. Yeah, did you?
What I do, break it. Well, if it's not on, I'll wipe my nose on the napkin. Otherwise, it's going to drip in the plate.
There we are. I fixed it.
Thank you, my darling.
There's nothing like a family story.
You think?
Well, I know. You just told me one I never heard, and I've been around for a
I
minute.
never told you about that goose. You gotta be kidding.
Mm-mm.
He was, excuse me.
Don't choke, please.
Dad was, well, I might have to have a taste of this again.
Mm.
If I'd have known you were going to have this, I would have told you to forget about the water.
Well, it was a
This
surprise.
this is more fun than water.
It is. It's a special guest.
You can count ice cubes as water.
Well, this is true. Keep your hydration up.
Look, you got me talking, and I haven't been. All I've had is one tiny square.
Well, when you got good stories.
Eh. No, it's just stories from when I was growing up. One time, Dad went to the auction and came home. As I said, he loved going to auctions, and he used to think he would bring these things home to help my mother. Although how he thought the goose was going to help my mother, I don't know.
It was
But he
companionship.
well, he was always complaining because every time she would iron his shirts, she'd burn the collar. Until I got old enough where I was about, I don't know, 14, 15, he asked me if I would do the ironing of his shirts, and it thoroughly pissed off my mother. But she grumbled about it, but she never said anything to him because he was treated like the king, you know. Anyway, this other time he come home from an auction, he brings her a mangle. Now, I don't know if anybody knows what a mangle is.
Well,
Do you
I
know
know-
what
I-
a mangle is?
I know what something being mangled is.
Amen to that, because this did that too. You think it only burnt the collar on his shirt, ripped it off. Anyway, this mangle, this table's a little bit higher, but if you sat at it, the table itself would come up to maybe your waist.
Okay.
And it was about yay long. And it looked like, actually what it was, it came out of a dry clean, a dry cleaners is
Okay.
what it was. And it was for professionals to use. And it was this big, long, round thing. It was about yay big around. And it would turn like this. When you turned the thing on, it would turn, and it had this thing that would close down over it like this. And anyway, you put the shirt or it would be fine for like sheets or pillowcases or something like that. But an ironing a shirt, no. It simply, no, forget it, because it did truly mangle. So they named it properly. Well, after his shirts thoroughly mangled. He finally figured out that was not a very good idea. He did ask me to try to learn how to use the mangle. And I finally told him that there's no way in the world you can use it to iron shirts, because you'd have to be professional to do it, and I didn't know nothing about any laundry.
You weren't a professional.
No. Certainly not that anyway. No,
Nah.
I was nothing professional at that time.
Well, I mean, you were just, what, you said 14, right?
This is going to be cold by the time I get done eating.
Nah.
It'll take me just long enough to be able to finish this little bite, and then I'll probably have to have some more wine. Adult beverage. You don't want to say wine on when you're being recorded, right?
Well, you already did, so.
You can spell it, but you can say it.
I lied.
It's fruit water.
Yeah, y'all just have to forgive me.
This is funny.
We should have stayed on the goose.
Welcome in.
Poor thing. Froze his leg to the ground. This is sad, you know.
Poor goose.
Well, he did. He froze his leg to the ground. He was so stubborn.
I didn't want to move him.
Well, we built a house for him, a special house for him, because he hated the chickens. I mean, he hated those chickens with a passion. He kicked the crap out of the chickens all the time. If you put them in the same pen, they just forget it.
For anybody that's just joining us, welcome in. This is Gram, the one and only. You guys have heard about her in some of the other videos, and now you finally get to put eyes on her. This is her.
God help all of you.
Don't choke.
I'm trying not.
This
I'll have
is-
to have another slug of this. This is such fun.
And see, and you were so worried about this.
No, actually, I'm lying. I just like some more wine.
And you did it again.
Grab, you keep drinking, okay?
All right.
Okay, you keep drinking.
You can't drink your dinner, though.
Well, I'm trying to eat this, and you keep bothering me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep bothering you.
Why don't you talk for a while?
Okay.
How was your day, John?
My day was full of some bullshit.
Yeah, you come in and talk to me about it right off.
I did. I wanted to share the bullshit with somebody
My
else, because misery
poor-
loves company.
My poor baby, what he's gone through. God bless you. It's really sad. Are you having wine too, dear?
No, I'm having an alcoholic beverage. Because I can't say that word on...
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of bleeping that happens.
Well, that'll... He was into alcoholic beverages before I got out here, wasn't he?
No.
No.
No?
No.
No.
But
No,
you have-
but-
You haven't had one in about 5 years.
No.
Look, oh my God, look at that.
Will you stop
I'm
being a hog?
Well, I'm so talented. Look at that. I mean, look at his little eyes. He's looking at you. It looks like a python. Check it out, gang. It's a python.
It's a pie. Thon. It's
What
a
is
pot
wrong
pie.
with him?
It's a pot pie. Python.
I can't with you.
Anyway, my day was full of bullshit.
You are full of bullshit.
Nope. I definitely had that problem resolved before I made dinner.
It's because you love me.
You gotta look all proper. What do you say, Jesse? Demure. I gotta be demure. Whatever the hell that means.
She's never been demure.
Oh.
Burn!
She's my baby, though.
Mm.
I love you.
She is my girl. God bless her. She's my girl.
You know,
Been through hell. This whole family. Yeah, why would you do that to us anyway?
I didn't do it. He did.
how dare you?
This is. You
How
know,
dare you bring us all together through
Yeah.
hardship? What is wrong with you?
It's really
I know.
sad.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
How dare she be so great to us?
I'm gonna choke on my food.
So you made her cry.
I did, but you made me cry, so it's even.
I was choking on my French fries.
Yeah, she's got a French fry and we got Popeyes.
That's a hell of a thing. Why didn't we have steak and fries?
We didn't. She didn't have steak.
I can't
She's
eat
I don't
pescatarian.
care. Well, I don't care about her.
Oh.
I said us.
Wow.
I mean, I think they make beef pot pies.
No, a nice steak. I like a nice steak.
I know you do.
I like a nice steak. I like a nice lobster. I'd like some more wine.
Adult beverage.
Mm.
You also like Chippendales dancers?
Oh, yes. Well, I like backs.
Mm.
The trouble with that, though, is
They're always walking away from you?
this is true.
Mm. You never see the back from somebody in the front.
I know it's
Aw,
a shame.
Michael Mike said kiss from France.
Thanks, Mike and Mike. Welcome in, man.
I do like a good-looking back, though, on a man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I do like a good-looking back on him. It makes your teeth hurt, don't it?
Oh yeah. Ow.
Well, at least
Ow.
it used to, not anymore. Half my teeth fell out.
It's because you were looking at too many backs.
Maybe that's what the reason is. I should be ashamed of myself.
You hog! Oh, man.
These are really quite good, you know that.
I know. I honestly just throw them in the oven.
Well, you know, I like this brand. I do not care for the other brand.
What was that? The red one? It was
Yeah.
Stouffer's. No, Banquet.
That's Banquet.
Yeah, I don't like Banquet. I told you guys this before. These are
Sucks
Marie
big
Callender's.
time.
Yeah.
This is Marie Callender's. This is good.
It sucks,
I always look-
silly putty out of a garden hose.
I never sucked anything that hard. You hog! What the hell's wrong with you? We're trying to have a decent dinner here, and you have to talk dirty.
Listen, Graham, I ain't talking about sucking golf balls through garden hoses. All right?
I didn't either.
Yes, you did.
You said I've never sucked something so hard.
Well, you weren't talking about a golf ball
It's silly putty.
or any balls. You were talking about.
I didn't talk about balls.
I'm not. I played the fifth. I love you both.
You hog.
You hear how he talks to me? This is.
Pure, unadulterated love.
Sitting here laughing like a fool.
Yeah, he is.
Makes my armpits sweat.
Makes your teeth float.
Mm. Mm. That was my supposed to. Enough said.
Mm. Yes? Can I help you? 'Cause I'm fairly certain I am helping you already.
Ooh, John's pouring something in a glass.
It's not a margarita.
I do like a good margarita. I make a hell of a margarita too. When I was tending the bar, I used to make a lot of them.
Can you smell what you're drinking?
Ugh.
Can I smell what I'm drinking?
I mean, I can.
John, what are you drinking?
W-I-N-E and hey.
Why can't you say that?
It's against terms and conditions. It can get you flagged as doing something inappropriate on the internet to influence.
Well,
other
I
people.
shouldn't be here then.
No. It's not
'Cause
you.
I'm
It's
inappropriate.
well, technically, we're all inappropriate.
Oh, yeah. This is true.
We'll just have to. We have to set this to an
People
adult.
don't know that though.
Well, they do now.
They do now. I think this place was, well, this family, it really isn't wrapped real tight.
We're just unique.
Mm.
This is going to be an 18 and over recording.
Yeah. We're special.
Yep. We're a unique bunch. Oh, man.
Hey.
Drunk?
Doesn't take much, does it?
Don't choke! That's against the terms and conditions of YouTube, too. You can't die on the air.
You know how to resuscitate, right?
That's not the point. Just because I literally have everything to bring you back to life is not the point.
Well, this is true. You're making me cry now.
Well, that's because you're that loved.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want my eyelashes shooting across the room. It would look really tacky.
Get spiders
Look at
crawling across the table.
Spiders on the table.
I'm doing homage to Jessie. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. She wiggles when she eats. She's got to make space for it.
Well, you'd have to do that.
Mm.
You have to do that. I've done it on occasion, but I don't like doing it in public.
Oh, well, you know.
Well, you're not in public. You're inside the house.
She said we're not public.
Mm.
No, we're not. Shh. Just wiggle, Graham. Just wiggle with it.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake.
Shake your booty. Shouldn't be recording this stuff. These people are going to think you're crazy.
Oh, we're not recording it. It's live. You're broadcasting.
Oh, jeez.
This is happening right now.
Mm.
Graham, look at the camera and wave. You're actually live. Look.
She can't see that far.
You're live.
You're right. I can't see that far.
Mm-hmm.
You see me squinting at that TV in my room there. That's why I have to have a TV as big as this table. Well, I can't help it. I'm half blind. You know that.
I know.
No joke, folks.
Double tap the screen, y'all.
Yep.
If you're coming in new, double tap the screen. Smash my face. Give me that like. Yeah, that's what you call it. You smash your face. Bah! What did the five fingers say to the face? Like!
There's something wrong with this man.
It's your genes.
You raised them.
Mm-hmm.
Not to do that.
It's all your fault.
Here's my boy.
Can't mess up your do.
I don't think you could.
I couldn't.
I could probably drop a brick on there and it wouldn't fall.
It's a helmet. It's that new Armor All.
Mm. I can't help the fact that my hair is so very, very soft that if I don't spray it well, it just flies all over the place.
Well, you know.
I may be 80 years old, but I certainly don't like looking that old.
Well, you don't. You're 8.
Your oldest son told me I looked 50
Ah.
this morning.
Oh, dear.
I'm not quite sure what he really wanted. He was checking out my rings.
Ah.
gee.
But he did say, I'm not asking, Graham. I'm not asking. But I really like that one. But I'm not asking.
Oh, children.
No, he did tell. He said you don't look that old. You look like you're 50. Just what a charming child,
So sweet.
isn't he? It's just such a charmer.
Yeah.
It makes you wish you had 7 or 8 more.
No. Oh no.
I'll go along with that. People hear her in the background.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. You can't make this shit up, folks.
He can be a dear child when he's in the mood.
I think we all can.
Hmm.
We can all be
You
dear
were
people.
always a good boy.
Well, I also didn't have a horrible influence.
I don't know about that. Mm.
You know, she's sitting right there.
You hear what he's saying about you?
I hear what he's saying. It's okay. I'll get him later.
I know you will. I can hear it through the wall.
One thing I love about Gram is that she's always got great stories.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
No, it's true.
It's just my life.
Well, doesn't make it any less great. Plus, you're a good sport. You can take a joke and you can give it back too. Imagine how many people out there. I mean, let's be honest, guys. How many people out there can't laugh at themselves, can't be funny, can't enjoy life?
Oh, I don't even want to be around somebody like that.
Well, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you're 80 years old. We
What?
obviously know that you weren't running around with Neanderthals, but we tell you that as a joke all the time.
How do you know I wasn't running with Neanderthals?
Well, just because you and the Ice Age were
Be
synonymous.
very careful, son. Be very careful.
Hey, AK7, welcome in.
Never mind. I used to go skiing. I know what it's like in the ice.
Oh,
I didn't like skiing on ice. I nearly killed myself.
can you
coming
ski
down
on
a
ice?
hill. Yes, you can ski on ice.
I thought you had to ski on snow.
Well, you do ski on snow, and that's what I enjoyed. But this hill that the person I was with decided it would be fun to go, and I was a beginner at that time. And just had bought my new skis and just had them sharpened. Oh, Lord have mercy. And this hill, I am not lying to you, was like this. And there was no way to get back. You either go down the thing or
Or you go down
walk
hard.
through the woods to try and find your way back to the camp. I mean, to the lodge. And I said, I'm yelling down the hill, I can't do this. and he's gone. I mean, totally gone. There's not a soul in sight. Just me and my skis. So I'm trying to be real nice. All right, we'll take it real gentle and easy, right? Back and forth across the slope like
Yeah, just
this.
slaloming back and forth, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that's what you're trying to do.
That's what I was supposed to do.
Oh, okay.
I got across this way once, but it was so icy, I was sliding sideways. And I got to the other side, and I tried to turn to come back across this way, and lost it. And down I went, and I rolled to the bottom.
Oh,
I
jeez.
could barely get up. I said, oh, my Lord, how in the world am I couldn't even get up. Now I'm yelling, help, help, and there's not a soul around. Not even a dog with a brandy on him. No, nothing.
Well, we're dead.
You'd have thought that at least had a Saint Bernard with some,
Well, if you're gonna die, at least be
a
sloshed
margarita.
wallow.
I don't know how he would have kept the salt on a brandy.
A big backpack.
Yeah, a bit on his backpack. I like that killed myself. That was, I don't even know if I ever skied after that. It's a wonder I walked. It hurt so bad. I hurt so bad.
AK7, one of the viewers says he feels so bad for what happened on the ice.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, you weren't there. If you could have seen what was left of me.
Probably be laughing how we are.
Yeah. At least I didn't do the splits on a tree.
Oh,
Oh, that is very painful.
it made me retract.
And
They have
We're not-
post-traumatic stress, okay?
we're not talking about balls now.
Well, we were earlier.
Well, that's neither here nor there. That's when you brought up the what are the
Garden hose?
dancer? No, you hog. Garden hose. You wish. I used to change your diapers, you know. I know what's going on. Don't tell me. Garden hose my ass.
Desi!
Oh, hi, Desi. So one of our viewers, Desi, she says, Jesse, Cobalt, and Graham, I've been watching for a while, but I was bathing the baby, so I couldn't comment. Oh my God, we need your grandma more. She's freaking adorable. It's so funny. I'm over here laughing my fucking ass off.
You hog, when you said that's not nice to say.
That's
You're
what she
on
said.
camera. Oh well, if she said it,
That's what she. I read what she said because I know you can't see that, so I was making sure you knew.
I definitely can't see. Look, boy, ain't no way I can see that.
Yeah, see.
No, I
We
can't
love
see.
Desi.
AK7 says we're not talking about balls.
No, we're not talking about balls
Or garden hoses.
or garden hoses.
Or anything in between or what gets sucked through 'em.
No. You want me to buy you some Polish sausage? I mean, that could give you reference. But we weren't talking about that either. What a hog! You married this guy. I raised him. It's it's sad.
I
It's-
married him because you love him so much.
Well, that's true. God love him. He's such a sweetheart. He was a good boy. He really was. He loved taking his diaper off in the house and running around with his bare butt.
Desi says, I love the goose story. Now I want to see if I can get bitten by one.
No, you don't. Those suckers hurt. I mean, they can draw blood.
I mean, they don't got teeth, but they pinch like hell.
Oh my God, they are. They could. I tell you what. You want a watchdog? Buy a goose. I am not lying. Get yourself 2 or 3 geese and keep them in your yard. Don't let your kids outside.
So instead of paying for security, we should just...
It'll keep your ex-husband away. I believe you. I mean, really.
So when we go to Walmart, we should tell them to just fire their security people and get geese.
Absolutely,
Okay.
because it'll work.
We don't need cops anymore. We'll
No.
just buy geese.
Buy geese.
Put badges on them.
Put badges on.
So what
them.
happens when you get pulled over by a goose?
Oh!
And he's just behind you
Where
as you're
they
driving away.
If we got pulled over by a goose, what's he driving?
He's flying. That's aviation
Well,
unit.
you can't feed him booze. You should be on a motorcycle. That would look more normal.
Get him some spectacles.
That doesn't even make sense.
Desi says, I'm definitely asking Santa for a flock of geese for Christmas this year.
That's right. Do yourself a favor. And don't buy a mangle, even if you're at the auction. Boy, that ruined a lot of my dad's shirts.
Well, hold on a minute. You eat. I'll be right back.
Why's everybody leaving me now?
Nobody's leaving. Hold on.
What?
I gotta, because I have to open it.
What's going on?
He's gonna get you something special.
What?
He's gonna grab you something.
Grab me something.
Yeah.
The last time I was grabbed has been a few years ago.
What? Graham! Don't say that!
Well, I was.
Was he hot?
No, he was an old man. I'll tell you the truth. I was nursing at the time,
Okay.
and I was working with geriatrics like I always do, which is elderly.
Right.
Okay, God love them. They are such sweethearts. They really can be. You'd like to murder a few, but they're very sweethearts. Anyway, it's an elderly, So I'm taking care of these elder gentlemen, which has happened because we had different wards and things like that. So I was taking care of these old men, and they knew that I would shave them.
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
Oh yeah, I had the whole setup at the end of the hall. I would have a setup. I would have the shaving cream, and I'd have the razors. Now you got to remember, this is not the razors like they are. Yeah, they're faces.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
What
I
did you
didn't know.
think I was shaving, you
I
hog?
don't know.
What's
Hey,
the
you-
matter with her?
you-
Well,
never
well,
know.
you heard AK7. We're not talking about balls anymore.
You never know, Graham.
Well, I wasn't shaving his privates, for God's sake. You're sitting at the end of the hall. You don't shave somebody's privates.
What they asked
Anyway,
you?
God bless him. We were talking about being grabbed, is what I was talking about. You, I don't know what you're talking about. Disgusting woman. Anyway. Well, I was at work, and these older gentlemen would come down, and they'd line themselves up in a row along the edge of the table. Say this is the table or counter, and I had regular, what do you call those old-fashioned razors? Not
The straight razor?
No, not the kind you strop like this.
Okay.
Just a regular kind you put a new razor in and you twist the handle.
Oh,
I can't think. Anyway, that's what
I know
was
what you're talking
using.
about.
The razors like you buy in a store, but you can just throw them away today.
Yeah.
Well, this was the kind where my dad would use.
Yeah.
It wasn't his, but anyway, I would do. And these, I'm gonna tell you what. There's some old men that don't forget.
Mm.
They don't forget, and they'd scoot up beside me in their chair, and I'd be, shaving them because I didn't cut up their face. Number one. And because they liked feeling my ass. I'm serious. They'd scoot up like this, and I'd be reaching on the far side of the face to shave them, and this arm would come around my waist, and then slide down around your butt. Now, then they'd sit there and giggle. And just giggle and giggle. You're talking about a 90-year-old man. You can't haul off and punch this guy in the face. I mean, that is not cool.
Well, you don't smooch them.
No, you don't smooch it, but I give them fits, and I told them they weren't supposed to do that, but they did it every time anyway.
Anyway,
that's when I got grabbed.
Did you get a good tip?
Oh, you didn't get tipped. I didn't get paid extra either.
Not even
I
just a
just
tip?
made sure the old fellas were shaved.
Yeah.
Except Mr. Branch. I refused to shave Mr. Branch because he was a real son of a bitch. He used to beat people over the head with his cane. Another thing he used to love to do, he would be in his room where everything's nice and quiet. And we always put, 2 men in a room or 2 ladies in a room or whatever, down the hall,
Yeah.
And his favorite thing to do was to strip naked, come down the hall, get in front of one of the doors where the old ladies are getting ready to go to bed and stand there and go, from the nurse's station to the other end of the building, you'd hear yelling and these old ladies screaming their heads. Now you come running out from behind the nurse's station. What are you doing, Mr. Branch? And there he is in all his glory.
Waiting for his shave.
Ain't it true? Well, I tell you what, the old man, he ended up he was so old, he ended up being bedridden. He was like 90-some years old, and his oldest child was 5. I mean, his youngest child, 5. 90-some years old, and his youngest child was 5.
Oh, there was a celebrity that did that. What was his name? He was an actor. Was it De Niro? Did De Niro have kids when he was?
Are you drunk?
No.
It must be. I don't.
You're looking at me real funny.
No, because I'm trying to remember.
No, I do remember what you're talking about, but I don't know who it is either.
I want to say it was De Niro.
There we go, fans.
All right, chime in, guys.
Chime in and tell them who it was.
Who's the old man that recently, within the last 10 years, gave birth to a baby?
I doubt very much he gave birth to anything, you fool. He's drunk. He must be drunk. That must be fun water you're drinking.
It's wonderful.
It makes me laugh too hard. I'll spit my teeth across the room.
Shut
I'm
up.
not joking. That would not be cool. Look at the look on his face.
Graham. I didn't know that!
top.
You never told me that.
Why would I? It's none of your damn business.
Well, you just told the world.
I couldn't care about them. I don't know who they are.
Desi said Robert De Niro.
De Niro. See, I thought it was De Niro. Thank you, Desi.
Oh, shut up. You make me sick. This
You gonna
is
finish
really
that pot
sick.
pie?
If I ever could get a chance to shut up my mouth.
Shut up, my.
This whole thing is really sad. I don't know why you made me do this.
Because you're laughing and having a great time.
You're laughing and having a great time.
You mean to tell me you're not laughing? Well, not right now. You're eating.
Well, you two are really funny.
Oh, well, see.
Oh, that made me feel really special. Me and my boobs are so happy.
Desi
So
says
why
that
don't you put your boobs on here then?
I did.
Oh, well, all right, well.
Well, they're not boobs, they're pillows.
That's really sick.
Desi says that you're her spirit animal.
Mine is a wolf. I'm serious. My spirit animal is a wolf.
Want me to show my boobs?
Jesse's his foobs.
Yeah, I'll show my foobs. I'm not sure how this is gonna work, but here's my foobs. Oh, can't get closer.
You were like, what
Right there.
the hell? See, this is what I gotta live with.
That's really sick.
They're not. I don't got boobs. They're pillows.
She must have thought we wanted to see that.
This is a kid's show.
I mean, it sounds like it.
This isn't dinner and a movie.
No, it's wine in the movie.
You're not allowed to say it.
Oh shit! W-I-N-E.
Vino.
Fine, yeah. Well, I choked it up. Oh. Yeah, you made me forget what I was going to tell you something again. I just forgot now.
Pot pies are good.
We have to be careful with that because when you hit my age, when you're trying to remember something and somebody comes along and makes you forget about it, you don't have a damn chance in hell of figuring out what it was you were trying to think of.
I know exactly how you feel. Chemo brain.
Well, chemo brain. No, I could have chemo brain. She's my granddaughter.
That's
It is-
true.
it's
We're
contagious.
synced. Yeah, we're synced.
It's contagious.
It's,
Yeah.
you know.
It's like a period. We sync.
Yeah, well, there you go. Don't talk to me about that. I don't even want to hear it.
This is a kid's show.
I'm sorry.
We're not talking about periods, just like AK7 says we're not talking about balls.
That's right.
Yeah. We're talking about floobs.
I'm gonna. I quit. That's it. I'm done. I'm trying to finish my dinner.
Trying is the operative word.
This is, yeah. I can't even get a hold of my chicken.
So what do you guys think? Do we love Graham? Should we kidnap her and make her ours forever?
You don't have any choice.
Well, I mean, we do. We could, sell you to the gypsies.
What do you think, Jess?
No, we're keeping you. We're giving you back.
Well, you are related to me.
This is true.
I mean, I was there when your mother was born.
Well, you would have to be. That's kind of how it works. So, Desi says, "Hey Graham, I have the same issue, and asking anyone to remember for me is like asking a toddler to keep the house clean."
Amen to that.
Maybe with your guys' help. I think that it's going to require that. I think with your guys' help, we can convince Graham to do some more stuff with us.
I'll even be in one. I'll
You
do
know,
that.
I think if we can convince Graham with your help that she might come and join us for
Did you
some
know
more.
that you're related to Paul Revere?
I know I was related to somebody named Paul.
You are related to Paul Revere. He is in our family.
Huh.
Absolutely. He is a very distant cousin of mine and my mother's. We are from Massachusetts. I was born in Massachusetts. My mother as well. Uh,
And here I thought you came
Her-
over to Denmark with the Vikings.
no, but it's pretty close to when my very, very distant relative grandfather came over on the second Mayflower, set up his farm in Massachusetts, and his well on his property of his farm was shared by the Wampanoag people, and they hated him because he was a miserable bastard. But it doesn't take away the fact that he was one of the first farmers in the state of Massachusetts in the United States. We're talking way back on the second Mayflower.
Mm.
And our family spread out. They're all through Massachusetts, New Jersey, Delaware. And at least one of our very distant relatives is Paul Revere.
Very cool.
I never knew that.
Now, I had told him that before, but I didn't think he remembered.
I don't remember a lot. Who are you?
Yeah, that's just an aside.
Where are my shoes?
There's something definitely wrong with you, son. Who did you say you were related to?
Mom! I need an adult! Jesse!
You have fun. Keep going. No adulting today.
Oh, I do have a lot of American Indian in our background. So, I do love Native American things.
Couldn't tell.
You couldn't tell?
No.
Mm-mm.
Not
Well-
not throughout your house or anything.
No.
No.
Never,
Never.
everywhere.
I've never been there.
And that is why my spirit animal is a wolf.
So Desi says that Graham definitely needs to join you more. These are priceless memories, and I might add hilarious ones at that.
Well, our family is hilarious. I got to admit that. Runs on my dad, my grandmother, God bless her. She actually ended up riding in one of those, when she was just a girl, a Conestoga wagon.
Mm.
Came across with her family related to the Cunards. That was her last name.
Mm.
Cunard, from the Cunard shipping line.
Okay.
Let's see. Who else? There's another famous name in there too. I'll probably think of it next year if I don't forget my own. I'm sorry, I forgot we weren't supposed to mention names, were we?
Well, they're none of our actual names, so it's fine.
Hmm.
I'm fairly certain that there's a couple other extra names in there between us.
There's a couple of famous names in there. Of course, they don't associate with me.
Well, it's their loss.
Mainly, well, they're all dead.
Well, that's their fault.
It's hard to associate with somebody when they're dead. I mean, you could.
Well,
I mean, if you're kinky, that's never really been my thing.
listen, whatever floats some people's boat,
Well,
sometimes
you
it's
know,
corpses.
some
I don't know.
Some people are that way.
Yeah,
you know,
there's
it's
some weird
disgusting.
ones out there.
It's true.
There's some true hogs.
They're more than hogs.
They're
They're weirdos.
weird ones.
Mr. Grinch.
All right. You done?
Yes.
Okay. So, we're going to have a little bit more fun.
Oh, dear God. Don't get me to I ain't playing no games.
It's not games.
I don't play games.
It's not a game.
Now, what do you got?
That's huge! Johnny, you can do a quick one just as long as you don't show the label.
What is that? Oh, I know that.
It's the one from North Carolina. The one that we love. You can show the bag, but don't show the front.
Hmm.
That's bottle number 2.
All right.
Yeah, but he drank most of it.
All right.
You got any ice?
Jesse,
You need ice?
we need a refresher.
Okay.
What are you making her get up for?
She's an adult.
I'm an adult. I got this.
She is a strong, independent woman. All right. While she's doing that, what is the most adventurous thing you've ever done?
Oh, Lord.
And don't say this.
I don't remember. I've done things, you know, adventurous.
Yeah. It's the most adventurous thing you've ever done.
I don't know. Maybe it was when I went out to Arizona to visit, and
Nugget ice.
we went tromping around through the canyons and the desert. I did find a couple of adobe. Well, I don't know. I don't think it wasn't adobe. Cliff dwellings
Okay.
that I don't think anyone had ever found, because we were in a canyon that is not populated by, you know, really anybody. I never saw anybody around. At least my brother said nobody was out there.
Well, it's
So I
their
think-
loss. It'd be really cool to live there.
I think we may have stumbled on it by accident, but I love archaeology. I love history. I love anything to do with that, and I love the desert. It's beautiful. Just don't be out there in the summer.
No. All right. Next question. Here, grab a drink. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and how would you use it?
Superpower.
Yep. And don't say Batman, because that's not a superpower. He's just rich.
Well, I know I could do a few things for the good of mankind by.
No politics. We don't talk about politics. Or religion. Hi, Mental Makeup.
Hey, girly.
This is Gram.
Aw.
So you want to skip that question?
I don't remember what it was.
If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Oh, let me think. If I had a superpower.
Aw.
So,
I mean, I could say something really dumb, like most people would say, was help the human race.
but that's not a superpower.
Wanna bet?
So, Desi says, are we going to give you a 40 ounce?
A what?
It's a big beer.
No, the one above it.
What?
The one above it.
I do like beer.
She definitely has a break.
Oh, so Desi, she's one of the people that's watching us.
One of our
She
friends.
says that you have definitely brightened her day, her whole weekend actually. She loves you.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I haven't really done anything but act silly and goofy with my grandson.
And mental makeup said hi.
Who?
Mental makeup. It's another viewer.
She said hi.
Is that Lonnie I see in there?
Lonnie!
Lonnie! That's one of our first ever people.
Oh.
Lonnie.
Oh.
Yeah, she says hello. All right. So because you've been around for a bit.
Is that a nice way of saying you're old?
Yes, you're ancient.
Okay. You're right.
Really?
What in the world?
I don't know.
You two talk. Look how pretty.
She's a weird one.
She makes me sick.
So, out of your entire life, all 10 minutes of it,
Yeah.
what's the most important lesson that you've learned?
Be very careful when you find fault with anyone,
Mm.
because 9 times out of 10, you've probably done the same thing yourself,
Or something to be at fault for.
or something, yeah, to be at fault for.
Yeah,
I
like
don't know.
you could always be, you know, the one in the wrong as well.
Oh, I've been in the wrong quite a few times in
No,
my
I'm saying
life.
before you judge somebody, you look at yourself.
Yeah, you can't judge. Judge. I have learned in life, and it's taken me a while to figure out that being a judge of other people doesn't always work out to the best,
Mm.
especially when Hey, I've been at fault in my life. I've done things that I wish I hadn't done,
Oh, who hasn't?
or would do differently.
But who
you
hasn't
know.
though?
But this is true. And so, if you find a lot of fault with someone, why, hey, I'd still do it.
Well, you can't change the past.
I'm a person.
You
I'm
are
fallible.
Yeah, you're not perfect.
God made us fallible.
This is true.
And
Amazing.
I'm not perfect.
Jesse's over there. I'm amazing. All right.
Yeah, but we're not talking about your feet.
That was so sweet of you. See, I'm gonna start taking feet pics now.
Wrong channel.
Oh, that is so disgusting.
Mhm, she's a hog. All right. Drink and we get another one.
I'm being very careful at what I drink. He's the one getting
It's
gulped.
water.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
water.
All right. Name a time that you truly felt alive.
Now, now, I'm with my family,
Yeah.
and I love my family, and I feel more alive now than I have in quite a few months.
Good.
It's been an enjoyable stay, and I've really enjoyed it. We could change a few things,
Who couldn't?
like
though?
bathroom habits and things like that,
Now.
and water.
Now.
Yes, no, I agree.
All right.
Isn't he charmer?
Come on, another drink.
It's good that I raised him the way I did, isn't it? What? Look, I'm not gonna get drunk. You can.
You're not.
No, you're right. I'm not. Hey, I know how to do this without getting bombed.
Oh, I know.
I used to tend bar, Oh, that was some joy. Lord have
Speaking
mercy.
of tendon bar,
Uh-huh.
what's something that you're proud of but not necessarily known for?
Working with leather.
Okay.
A person.
Yeah. I didn't think about that. That is really good.
Yeah.
I'll have to show you guys one time. I have some of them here. I'll have to show you guys.
You might have a couple.
Yeah, that's what I said. We have a couple of them. They're upstairs.
I've been thinking about trying to get back with it, but with my hands, with the arthritis the way it is, I don't think I'd be able to do the bags like I used to.
Yeah.
But I was thinking more along the lines of perhaps burning on leather again, but maybe
Maybe like a canvas?
say a wall hanging
Okay.
or something like that, because it's so hard for me
To grab and.
to make the holes
Mm-hmm.
and all the cutting. I just don't have the strength in my hands anymore
Yeah.
to do that kind of thing.
You're not as spry as you used to be.
Well, I love it. I really do. I love it. And I was always so picky because I wouldn't do any. I hate tracing and all that kind of stuff. I did everything freehand, and everything that I would burn on the leather, and it would come out looking right. But when I tried to do it on paper with a pen, it just looked like crap. It's a mess. But I think I could still do the burning, but I don't think I could make the bags because
Gotcha.
with sewing around the outside edges and making it look right and making the handles, because it's very, very hard on the hands.
Yeah.
I'll,
Beautiful though.
Well, some of them I've made did turn out pretty nice, and some of them I wasn't really that happy with. But I guess that's the way everything is when you make things like that. You create things like crocheting. You know,
She's really good at
I-
that.
I used to love making the little dresses, the
Oh.
little lacy dresses
I
for
know,
the
they're
little
so
girls.
cute.
Yeah,
Little
little
bloomers.
panties and
Yeah.
ribbons and lace and ruffles and that type of thing. And I can't do it anymore because the needles are so small and I just
They're not what they used to be.
well, my hands I can't do it. It hurts too bad.
Yeah.
So
But you do the best you can.
yeah, I'll have to get my gloves out
You
again.
get your
but-
glove out all.
Yeah, put my
Yeah.
glove on. I'm rambling. Forget about all that stuff.
What do you think we're both doing? Flapping our gums out here for entertainment?
I thought this was only supposed to take a few minutes.
Well, I mean, we were having a good time. Time flies when you're having fun.
You ain't tricking me, son. Don't you get it?
I ain't tricking
Don't
you.
ever.
I'm
don't
speaking
ever.
the truth. So here's some of the stuff that Graham has made.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh.
Can't believe.
Uh-huh. Speaking the truth.
These I probably could still make. These type things.
So, and then this is a
My scarf.
big
Oh my goodness.
scarf.
I can't believe you still have that.
I even
Yep.
have the hat.
She kept it all. And then when you flip it over, it's the same on the other side. And she does all these by hand.
It's called crocheting. You can't do it any other way. It's all by hand. I used to paint
Oh,
and sew. I sew things. I used to knit a lot, but my hands don't want to do that anymore, and I prefer to crochet. So,
yeah.
Desi
Desi says her favorite colors are green and yellow. It looks beautiful.
Oh, thank you very much. I do enjoy it. It's calming and it quiets my mind. I can sit in the evening and
Watch your shows.
swear at a football game
Uh-huh.
or cuss real good at hockey,
There you go.
which I love.
I love hockey.
I never learned to play it. Played baseball
I
when
can't
I
play
was a
baseball.
kid. I loved baseball when
I
I
can't
was
play
a kid.
baseball. I can play hockey.
I was pitch. I could pitch. I usually played first base though.
Nah.
And I was a hell of a batter. I don't mind saying it either. I was a hell of a batter. But I loved it. I think the other kids thought I was too bossy though.
They're lost.
'Cause- well, I knew the game better than anybody else. I did. And most of the time I play with the boys, the guys. When we were teenagers, I'd be the only girl on the team. But I enjoyed it. I had fun. We won a lot.
Hey,
I guess makes
That's
the
something.
difference. Yeah. I won a lot. Roller skating. I used to do roller skating. Can't do it anymore.
I tried roller skating before. I was never good at it, but I was always really good at roller blading.
Yeah. I was saying, me and you
That's
rolled
something
all
I
the
didn't. I never tried.
Yeah, I could roller blade. I couldn't roller skate. To me, it
course
was
they-
just different.
Well, there wasn't any such thing as a roller blade when I
Well-
was growing up.
Yeah.
It was called "Go climb that tree."
Well.
You
time. Me and you did it on the weekends.
know, or if we went anywhere with my dad, it was, all five of us are crammed in the back seat, and we'd be driving along. And Dad, why can't we go over there? It wasn't like an arcade. They didn't have an arcade. It was just a fun place to get to go.
Mhm.
And we always got to say, "They're closed."
It's their cleaning day.
Yeah, they're closed. Didn't make any difference what it
But
was.
Dad, there's people coming in and out of it all the time. Nope, they're closed.
they're-
Those are
they're-
people that work there.
They're cleaning the floors. I think that's typical dad stuff. They must learn that before they're born.
It's a skill.
Here, you're going to be a dad. Learn how to say no.
Oh, no button.
Yeah, where's your no button?
Yeah,
No.
You guys have seen the no button.
I could climb a good tree though.
Probably not.
I climbed higher than anybody. I remember one time the Boy Scout troop was camping in our woods. So me being the smart ass that I was, I think I was only about 12, 13, I don't know. I had to go see what was going on. There's all these Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts actually. And they're doing all these, climbing around the post. So I decided I'm going to climb up this. I made sure I climbed higher than anybody else. And I got stuck up at the top.
Desi, did your dad ever tell you that? We can't go to the park, it's closed.
Yeah, it's closed.
Yeah, did your dad ever tell you that? Or your mom?
How old was that?
Mm-hmm.
I fell out of the doggone thing too. Broke my back, knocked myself goofy.
Oh, Graham.
I did. Well, it wasn't my fault. The branch broke. Knocked the wind out of me. I'm laying there gasping like a fish out of water.
Desi says that no, she hasn't been told that, but she told her kids that. But in her defense, she was sick.
But I climbed higher than all the other guys.
Proud of you, Graham.
I was proud of myself too.
You weren't wearing a
I
skirt,
went
were
back
you?
the next day and climbed it again. You hog. I don't know what he did, but he's hog. Just beside.
I said you weren't wearing a skirt, were you?
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
It was so funny. When I went to a one-room schoolhouse. Okay, well, they had the school I was in, there were three buildings.
Did it have cave paintings on the wall?
Shut up. It was third, fourth, and fifth grade in this one building that I went in. I was in fourth grade. Now, you made me forget what I wanted to say.
One-room schoolhouse.
I know that. That was the teacher that her husband came in and he wanted to, she wanted to impress him. So this is an honest to God truth. This is how much school's changed. They had one of those big pot-belly stoves. That's how they kept it warm. Because this is a one-room schoolhouse, I'm serious. No bathroom. Bathroom was the outhouse out back. But anyway, I had this big pot-belly stove. And true story, I swear to God, I watched this happen. She wanted to impress her husband. I'll never forget the woman's name. Can I say her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mrs. Fulkerson.
That's a name you can't make up.
No. She was a miserable old bitch. There is no other way to say this. But she got this little boy. He was in, I think, the third grade. Because he was, I remember, he was only about this tall. He wasn't, just a little boy. And she impressed upon her husband that she could make the child do anything she wanted. And to prove it, she tried to force this child, to jump in the wood-burning pot-belly stove. She had the door open, and she kept telling this kid, jump in there. And I swear, he came that far from the stove. I mean, tears were running down that child's face. I went home and I told my dad.
Wow.
Yeah, he sent a nice letter.
Ooh, that's crazy.
A nice letter.
Yeah.
That same teacher, she told me she was gonna beat me with one of those big long paddles if I didn't learn my 6 times table by lunch. He wrote her another letter.
The power of the letter.
To explain,
She-
your dad was
she-
a pastor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a pastor.
Okay.
Yes. Fire and brimstone, man. I was raised strict as you can imagine. You'd never know it now, but woman never called on me ever again in class.
I wonder why.
I don't think she ever called on that kid's family either, because that was a big stink over that one.
Did she ever go to church again?
I don't have no idea. She didn't go to ours. That's for sure. She sure didn't go to ours.
Mental Makeup says she remembers the paddle in school.
Oh yeah,
What'd they do? Did they hit you on the butt or the hand or what?
whichever they could find.
It was whatever connected.
They pounded the hell out of you.
I mean, I went to Catholic school and they hit me on the hands with rollers.
No.
But I never had a paddle.
No, it was
No,
like, so
it was
you
a-
remember
was a-
seeing videos and stuff where they have like college frats and sororities
Yeah,
and stuff.
those.
It was one of those.
Oh no.
The long wooden paddle, and I mean, she would whale you.
Like
with
almost
it.
the size of a cricket bat.
Yeah. And they
Bless you.
paddled your backside. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And they're allowed to do that?
They were back then.
Then, not now.
That's not cool.
No, it's not.
No.
There is no need to beat on a child.
No.
There is no need to beat. There's a you may want to, but.
But
I mean,
it
that's
accomplishes
not-
nothing.
No, it doesn't really.
It doesn't teach them anything.
It teaches you how to smack somebody, but the child, no.
Right.
Yeah.
There's ways to do things. There's punishments that begin. You know, I mean, you have to have control of your children, and you have to teach them from right and wrong.
Well, yeah.
You don't have to beat them to do that. You know, I mean that's. No, we're getting morbid here. Quit it.
That's right. Well, it's Jess's fault.
What?
Desi says, I don't think I could have lived through the paddle days. I would have turned it right back on them and then ended up with a switch.
Yeah, probably. Well,
But-
I never got the paddle because my dad took care of it. What he said in his letter, I have no idea. But she never called on me in class again. As a matter of fact, I don't ever remember her speaking to me again. At least, thank God, from there I went to another school that was
Oh, jeez.
was actually something that wasn't in the Stone Age.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
My pet peeve?
Your biggest pet
Oh
peeve?
Lord, I don't even know if I could answer that. I have
You
quite
only,
a
you only have
few.
one. What's your word? Like your biggest? Only one.
Jeez, I'd have to think about it.
All right, John. What's your biggest
It
pet
would
peeve?
probably be whatever happened to be really ticking me off at the moment.
So right now it's us.
No.
Aw, so cute.
Don't make me hurt you, Jonathan.
Oh, see, here we go.
Oh.
So, here we go. She's threatening me. I don't feel safe. Jesse, I need an adult.
I'm sleeping.
What?
Erase that.
Erase that.
I'm sorry, you know.
All right. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Egypt.
Ooh, okay.
Where in Egypt? Don't say
I-
the desert.
Actually, I really would enjoy seeing the tombs. I don't necessarily mean the pyramids, no. Because I think that's a rip. I truly don't believe the pyramids were built as tombs to begin with.
Mm.
I
Well, you've done your research.
I believe I study a lot of ancient Egypt and archaeology, and I think the pyramids were probably built more for some sort of an energy. I'm not quite sure what. It could have been.
Solar.
I don't know if it was solar.
Have you seen that when you go down into them? Like you like squish them to get down.
Yeah, I don't think that's what it was. The main reason I say that, and there's a lot of reasons, and there's a lot of archaeologists that agree with me, and don't agree with me also, is that if you know what the ancient Egyptians believed their afterlife was like, and all their tombs, the way they're painted, the way they drew their pictures on them, the way they explained everything, everything's painted. I mean, they were beautifully done, you know. There's not a one in the pyramids, none.
Wow.
But in all their tombs, there's paintings and, you know, all over the place, scripture and all that stuff. But none of the, you know. But that's just my opinion.
No,
You know.
that'd be really cool.
Yeah, but I
haven't been to
do
Egypt.
enjoy I do enjoy ancient Egypt. I enjoy the Native Americans, the older, you know, when the natives were still riding all over the. This was their country first. We're visitors, you know.
This is true.
Did that answer your question?
Yes, it did.
Hmm.
Although I did enjoy going to Tombstone. Loved it, loved it, loved it. I really did. It's beautiful in Arizona, Tombstone, Arizona.
I've never been there. I lived in Arizona for 5 years, and
yeah.
I didn't get to see much.
Yeah, my brother took me there the one time when I hadn't moved there yet, but I was still, you know, I had gone out to visit my brother, and he took me to Tombstone, and it's really quite fascinating. The stores and everything, they're all there. I've been in. You remember that show I told you as I was watching yesterday?
Yes.
Wyatt Earp and the Cowboy War, which
Yes.
almost started the Civil War all over again. Civil War number 3 or 2 or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's the same way. I mean, I was in all those places, in those stores and buildings and the beer halls and all that stuff. I enjoy. I like old. I like history.
Yeah.
I like history.
All right.
Now what?
I got a question.
Oh, here we go again.
What's your favorite smell? Oh, I got more. Don't worry. I got to warm her up.
Mine's lavender. I'll make it easy.
Oh, she's just so ditchy, isn't she? Lavender. I do like lavender. I used to grow lavender.
See?
I did. I used to grow lavender. What is my favorite smell?
Yes. If you had to pick a smell that was your favorite one ever.
No. What if you had to pick a smell that you can only smell for the rest of your life?
Ooh.
What would it be? One smell.
Was all
What
that you
would it be?
smelled.
Well, that would be awful.
Well, I can
Yeah,
think of
you
worse
get a little
things.
sick of it. Okay, what's your favorite smell in general then?
God, what a dumb question. I don't know.
No, I know a dumb question. What do you call a male ladybug?
A priss?
No, they have one. You don't call them that.
All right.
I have no idea what.
What's the most embarrassing place you've ever farted?
Oh.
Do you actually think I even fart?
There's
I'm
you-
Okay,
above
where
such things.
where is the most embarrassing place that you've unicorn puffed?
Oh God. Church.
Church.
Or an elevator.
Or yeah.
I'd have to say an elevator, yeah.
Well, when you
Because
gotta
you
do,
can't hide
I
it.
mean, you do what you gotta do. You know, you think
can't
other.
hide it and then they look at you. Like the worst part is when they turn around, they look at you, they know it was you.
Well, that's because you didn't do it right. You leave a real ripper, and then you. Oh God.
All right. Since you have a history with animals, okay. You guys don't know the history. That's
I
a
don't
story
want
for
to
another
talk
day.
about my ex-husband.
We're not talking about him. He
No.
can go to hell. Okay. What I'm talking about is if all animals could talk, every single animal everywhere, what species of animal would be the biggest asshole?
Be one or ass one, or look like one.
No. Be the biggest jerk, biggest pain in the ass ever.
She's really thinking.
I'm trying. Yeah, I can't think of what the name. Those painted dogs in Africa.
The hyenas or whatever?
No, not hyena. What are they? Those painted dogs.
I mean, I think I know what you're talking about. They look almost like a hyena.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Hyenas
Those are
aren't
the big park
pleasant.
zoo.
I think they might have them there.
They do. No, they do.
Yeah, they have them at the zoo.
An accident that happened there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't recall that.
Ooh.
Very intelligent.
Since we're into, weird sort of things, do mermaids lay eggs or give birth to babies?
Give birth to babies.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah?
If there is any mermaids.
I believe there is.
There's bloops.
There's bloops.
There's
I believe
bloops.
there is.
Ooh,
Bloops.
all right. What is the most creative insult that you can think of?
You swine! I don't know. These are dumb questions.
So, do you think that the sea is salty because the shore never waves back?
Do I think the sea is salty because the shore never waves back?
Yes.
That's actually really sad. Aw. It hurts. Don't make me laugh.
There's something wrong with this man.
I
Who the hell thought up these Did you make these up yourself?
No. If
Who
you had to
made up-
pick, if you had to pick one color crayon to eat,
Blue. I'll pick blue. Pick a color, Graham.
That's the dumbest thing ever. I wouldn't need a crayon.
Pick a color. I used to eat the purple glue. That's why I stick to you.
what would peanut butter be called if it wasn't called peanut butter? These are the things that'll.
Well, these are, very intelligent
Maya!
questions.
Hi, Maya.
They're such intelligent questions. It does make me wonder about your education.
We got them from Google, Graham. You ask Google questions and they give it to you.
Ooh, here's a good one. What would you do if you could become invisible for one day? No politics or Jesus.
I would run around and do pantsing people.
Priorities.
What is wrong
wait,
with
no,
you?
Graham, what would be the one thing you do if you had, as a female, if you had a penis? I would make it go round and round.
Jess is over there like, if I had a penis, I would make a windmill.
I would. Okay, so if you were invisible for a day, what would you do?
And you can't say make your penis go, woo!
In the first place, I don't have a penis.
She had one, apparently. She made it to the windmill.
This causes no end of consternation. If
Okay.
I was invisible for one day,
Yes.
I would go skiing naked as a jaybird.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Is that exciting or what?
It is.
I could run down the street naked.
Butt naked.
All right.
Butt naked.
I got two more for you.
I can't wait.
I know, you're so excited. What do you think would be the best buy one, get one free sale of all time?
What?
What?
What do you think the worst buy one, get one free sale of all time would be?
Ooh.
Somebody selling their balls.
Well, that would be pretty horrible.
Buy one sweaty ball, get the second one free. Yeah. Nasty.
Especially if they're hairy.
Ah! They better shave.
Ugh.
I can't believe I said that.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, I know, it's sad. It's really sad.
All right, Jess. Are you sticking
This
with
is-
one ball and get the other ball?
Now, this
Yeah,
is falling
okay.
apart. This whole thing is falling apart.
All right, I got some dark humor.
Oh, Lord, here we
Okay.
go.
You ready?
Yeah.
Dark humor alert. Okay. Worst buy one, get one free sale of all time? Cancer.
You're a bitch. Too soon.
I said it was the worst of all time. It's
that
the
was
worst.
your cancer card. You can't use it again.
It's the worst.
It's the only one you get to use ever.
You can't tell me I'm wrong, guys. You can't.
It is pretty bad. I got to admit.
Yeah. All right. Last stupid question
Thank God for that.
until I come up with more.
Look how gross this is. I'm sitting here wiping my nose on public.
You've earned your ability to do whatever the hell you want.
This is a fact. I can do any damn thing I please.
Damn straight.
I can say
Oh, yeah.
names and all that kind of good stuff.
You
Jesus.
tell him, Graham.
You shut up. You're not helping anybody. All right. Have you ever dated somebody more than once while knowing it was bad for your mental health?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
We're not naming names.
That was disgusting.
What?
You should be ashamed of yourself to admit to something like
You
that.
did it first! How dare you! I have proof! You did it first!
I'm innocent.
You're
I'm
innocent!
completely innocent.
Jonathan, she's innocent!
Oh, yeah.
Like a slob of everything around here.
All right.
Are you done?
Did you have fun? Despite your apprehension?
Well, this has just been the most fun thing I've ever done in my life.
You heard it first, guys. She didn't lie. This is the most fun she's ever had in her whole life. It's going to be remembered forever.
I can't imagine who by.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, he'll remember a few things I've done in my life, but I don't know if he'll think they're fun.
Alrighty, guys. We're going to go ahead and put the cut in here. I
Thank
really appreciate each and every one of you guys turning out. You know, really appreciate Graham coming to join me today. You know, Jesse on the other side, keeping us all sane.
There'll be more
At first I said no.
I know you did.
I did. I said no
Then I made you feel guilty.
because what do I have to say to anybody?
Well, you just did it for an hour and a half.
Well, I was talking to you, and
See? I told you that's all you had to do.
most of it was silly and gibberish, and
And that's all it is.
And that's all it was.
And we
But
get
what-
to keep this forever. Like, we'll get to have these memories forever. That's the whole
good
point of
God, that's frightening.
Mm-hmm.
this. We'll do more, don't worry.
Alrighty, guys. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, check that notification bell, and make sure that you select all. That way you know every time I post a video or go live, or anytime that Graham comes on and joins us.
Send your
Good night,
donations.
Makeup. Good night, Lonnie. Good night, Maya. Good night,
Send
Desi.
all your donations to my grandson because he deserves it.
Donations. What donations?
This
And
isn't a
lot-
telethon.
and a lot of self-help videos.
This is not a telethon. This isn't Make-A-Wish.
Here's my wish. I wish the hell I didn't ever do this because it makes no sense.
You want to know what my wish is? That we're going to keep doing these because this is going to be awesome.
Grandma loves you, sweetheart.
I love you too, Graham. Alright, guys. Make sure you smash that like button and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Desi.